Imagine waking up one day and never having to worry about money again. Picture a life where you can buy what you want, go where you want, and help others without thinking twice. Sounds too good to be true, right? Well, what if I told you that staying rich isn't about how much money you have in the bank, but about how you think? Yes, you heard that right. The secret to never being poor again isn't hidden in some get-rich-quick scheme or a lucky lottery ticket. It's something much simpler, yet far more powerful. It's a change that happens right here, in your mind. Now you might be thinking, oh great, another one of those think positive and get rich talks. But hold on, this isn't about forcing yourself to be cheerful when your bills are piling up. It's not about pretending everything's fine when it's not. This is about a real fundamental shift in how you see the world and your place in it. A shift so profound that it can literally change your financial future. But before we dive into this life-changing secret, let me ask you something. Have you ever noticed how some people seem to always land on their feet, no matter what life throws at them? Or how others can start with nothing and build empires? What's their secret? Is it luck, connections, or is it something else entirely? The truth is, these people have tapped into a power that's available to all of us, a power that's been right under our noses all along. And today, I'm going to show you exactly what that power is and how you can use it to ensure you never stay poor again. Let's face it, being poor isn't just about not having enough money. It's a state of mind, a way of looking at the world that keeps us stuck in a cycle of lack and struggle. But why do we stay poor? What's really holding us back? First off, many of us grew up with certain beliefs about money. Maybe you heard things like, money is the root of all evil, or rich people are greedy. These ideas stick with us, even if we don't realize it. They shape how we think about wealth, and more importantly, how we think about ourselves in relation to wealth. Then there's the fear factor. Fear of taking risks, fear of failure, fear of success. Yes, that's a real thing. These fears keep us in our comfort zones, even if those comfort zones aren't very comfortable at all. We stick with the job we hate because it's safe. We don't start that business because what if it fails? We don't invest because what if we lose everything? But here's the kicker. Often we stay poor because we're focusing on the wrong things. We're so busy looking at what we don't have that we miss the opportunities right in front of us. We get caught up in the rat race, always chasing after more, never satisfied with what we have. And in doing so, we miss the most important ingredient in creating lasting wealth. Now, you might be thinking, okay, I get it. I have some negative thoughts about money, but how does changing my thinking put more cash in my pocket? That's a fair question. After all, positive thinking doesn't pay the bills, right? Well, here's where things get interesting. Your thoughts about money do more than just make you feel good or bad. They actually shape your actions. Think about it. If you believe deep down that you'll never be rich, are you likely to take the kinds of actions that lead to wealth? Probably not. You might not even notice opportunities when they come your way because your mind is programmed to expect lack, not abundance. But it goes even deeper than that. Your thoughts and beliefs about money affect how you handle the money you do have. If you believe money is scarce and hard to come by, you might hoard it, afraid to invest or take calculated risks. Or you might spend it as soon as you get it, figuring you'll never have enough anyway. So why bother saving? On the flip side, people who believe in abundance tend to make different choices. They're more likely to invest in themselves, to take calculated risks, to see opportunities where others see obstacles. They handle money differently because they see it differently. Now, I know what you might be thinking. That's all well and good for people who already have money, but what about those of us who are struggling just to get by? And that's a valid point. When you're worried about putting food on the table or keeping a roof over your head, it can seem impossible to think about abundance and opportunity. But here's the thing, changing your mindset about money doesn't mean ignoring your current reality. It's not about pretending your problems don't exist. Instead, it's about shifting your focus from what you lack to what you have, and from what you can't do to what you can. And believe it or not, this shift can start to change your reality in ways you might not expect. Now, I know you're probably eager to learn this simple action that can change everything. And we're getting there. I promise. But before I reveal it, I want you to understand just how powerful it is. This action I'm about to share with you isn't some complex financial strategy. It's not about learning to read stock charts or becoming a real estate mogul overnight. In fact, it's so simple that you might be tempted to dismiss it at first. But don't be fooled by its simplicity. This action has the power to completely transform your relationship with money, and in doing so, transform your financial future. Think about it like this. Have you ever tried to push a heavy object, like a car? At first, it seems impossible. You push and push, but nothing happens. But if you keep pushing, eventually you feel a tiny bit of movement. And once that movement starts, it becomes easier and easier to keep the car rolling. Well, this action works in the same way. At first, you might not notice any difference, but if you stick with it, you'll start to feel a shift. And once that shift begins, it can lead to a complete transformation in your life. Now, you might be wondering, how can one simple action make such a big difference? And that's a great question. The truth is, this action works because it targets the root of our financial struggles. It's not about changing your external circumstances, although that will likely happen as a result. Instead, it's about changing something much more fundamental, your internal reality. You see, our internal reality, our thoughts, beliefs, and attitudes, shapes our external reality more than most of us realize. It influences the opportunities we see, the actions we take, and even how others respond to us. By changing our internal reality, we start a chain reaction that can lead to dramatic changes in our external circumstances. But here's the really exciting part. This action doesn't just affect your finances. As you practice it, you'll likely notice changes in other areas of your life too. Your relationships might improve. You might feel more confident and optimistic. You might even find yourself feeling happier and more content, regardless of your bank balance. Now, I know this might sound too good to be true. You might be thinking, if it's so simple and powerful, why isn't everyone doing it? And that's a fair question. The truth is, many people do practice this action, often without even realizing its full power. But for those of us who haven't discovered it yet, it can be truly life-changing. So, are you ready to learn what this simple, powerful action is? Are you ready to take the first step towards ensuring you never stay poor again? Well, get ready, because in the next section, I'm going to reveal exactly what this action is and how you can start using it in your life today. But before we get to that, I want you to take a moment and think about your current financial situation. Think about your worries, your frustrations, your fears about money. Really let yourself feel them. Now, imagine what it would be like to be free from those worries. To know, deep in your bones, that you'll always have enough. To feel a sense of calm and confidence when you think about money, instead of stress and anxiety. That's the kind of transformation this simple action can create. And the best part? You can start right now, today, no matter what your current financial situation is. You don't need any special skills or knowledge. You don't need to have a certain amount of money in the bank. All you need is an open mind and a willingness to try something new. So, are you ready to take control of your financial future? Are you ready to ensure that you never stay poor again? Then let's dive in and discover this life-changing action together. Let me share a personal story with you. A few years back, I was in a tough spot. Bills were piling up, my job wasn't paying enough, and it felt like I was drowning in debt. Every time I checked my bank account, my heart would sink. I tried everything, working overtime, cutting expenses, even some get-rich-quick schemes that left me worse off than before. It seemed like no matter what I did, I couldn't break free from this cycle of financial struggle. One day, feeling completely defeated, I stumbled across an old book in a thrift store. It was all about the power of gratitude. Now, I'll be honest, at first I thought it was a bunch of nonsense. How could being thankful help me pay my bills? But I was desperate enough to try anything, so I decided to give it a shot. I started small. Each morning, I'd think of just one thing I was grateful for. Some days it was as simple as having a roof over my head or food in the fridge. Other days, I'd focus on the people in my life or the skills I had. It felt awkward at first, almost silly, but I kept at it, day after day. Slowly, something started to change. It wasn't my bank account. Not at first. It was my attitude. I started noticing opportunities I'd overlooked before. I felt more confident at work, which led to a promotion. I began treating my money with more respect, which helped me make better financial decisions. As the weeks turned into months, I noticed bigger changes. My debts started shrinking. My savings started growing. Opportunities seemed to pop up out of nowhere. It wasn't magic. I was still working hard and making smart choices. But it felt like the universe had shifted from working against me to working with me. Looking back, I realized that this simple practice of gratitude had completely transformed my relationship with money. It wasn't just about feeling thankful. It was about shifting my entire perspective. And that shift changed everything. Now, I'm sure you're eager to know what this simple, powerful action is. Well, here it is. The action that can ensure you never stay poor again is to practice gratitude every single day. Yes, you heard that right. Gratitude. Being thankful for what you have, right here, right now. Now I know what you might be thinking. Gratitude? That's it? How is being thankful going to put more money in my bank account? And I get it. It sounds too simple, doesn't it? But stick with me, because this simple practice has the power to completely transform your financial life. Here's how it works. When you practice gratitude regularly, you're training your mind to focus on abundance rather than lack. Instead of constantly thinking about what you don't have, you start noticing and appreciating what you do have. This shift in focus does some pretty amazing things. First, it changes your mood. When you're constantly worried about money, you're stressed, anxious, maybe even depressed. But when you start focusing on what you're grateful for, you feel more positive, more optimistic. And guess what? This positive attitude makes you more likely to spot opportunities, take smart risks, and make good decisions. Second, gratitude changes how you view your resources. When you're always thinking about what you lack, you might overlook the resources you already have, your skills, your relationships, your possessions. But when you practice gratitude, you start to see these things as valuable assets. You might realize you have skills you can turn into a side hustle, or possessions you can sell to kickstart your savings. Third, and this might sound a bit out there, but gratitude seems to attract more good things into your life. It's like the old saying, what you focus on expands. When you're grateful for the money you have, even if it's not much, you tend to attract more money. When you're grateful for the opportunities you have, more opportunities seem to come your way. But here's the really powerful part. Gratitude doesn't just change your external circumstances, it changes you. It makes you more resilient, more creative, more confident. And these qualities are absolutely essential for building lasting wealth. Now you might be wondering, is there any real evidence that gratitude can affect my finances? And that's a great question. After all, we're talking about something pretty important here, your financial future. So let's dive into why gratitude is so powerful and why it can have such a big impact on your wealth. First off, gratitude isn't just some feel-good practice. It's backed by science. Studies have shown that regularly practicing gratitude can reduce stress, improve sleep, boost your immune system, and even make you happier. And all of these things can indirectly affect your financial situation. Think about it. When you're less stressed, you make better decisions. When you sleep better, you're more productive. When you're healthier, you spend less on medical bills. And when you're happier, you're more likely to take positive actions in your life, including your finances. But the effects of gratitude go even deeper than that. Research has shown that grateful people are more patient, and patience is a key quality when it comes to building wealth. It helps you save more, invest wisely, and avoid impulsive financial decisions. Gratitude also makes you more generous. Now, you might be thinking, how does being generous help me become wealthy? Well, generosity often leads to stronger relationships, and strong relationships can be incredibly valuable in your financial journey. They can lead to job opportunities, business partnerships, and a support network that can help you through tough times. But perhaps the most powerful way gratitude affects your finances is by changing your mindset. When you're grateful, you're focused on what you have rather than what you lack. This abundance mindset is crucial for building wealth. It helps you see opportunities where others see obstacles. It gives you the confidence to take calculated risks. And it helps you enjoy the journey, rather than always focusing on some future goal. There's also an interesting psychological effect that happens when you practice gratitude. It's called the hedonic adaptation. Basically, humans have a tendency to quickly return to a relatively stable level of happiness, despite major positive or negative events or life changes. This is why a pay raise might make you happy for a while, but soon you adjust and want even more. Gratitude helps counteract this effect. By regularly appreciating what you have, you're less likely to take it for granted. This means you can enjoy your wealth more, whether you have a little or a lot. And when you're content with what you have, you're in a much better position to make smart financial decisions. Now, I want to be clear about something. Practicing gratitude doesn't mean ignoring your financial problems or pretending everything is fine when it's not. It's not about settling for less than you deserve. Instead, it's about approaching your financial challenges from a place of abundance rather than scarcity. It's about recognizing the resources you already have and using them to create the financial future you want. Remember, wealth isn't just about the numbers in your bank account. It's about having enough to live the life you want, to take care of yourself and your loved ones, and to make a positive impact in the world. And gratitude is a powerful tool for achieving that kind of wealth. So are you ready to start using this powerful tool in your own life? In the next section, we'll talk about exactly how to practice gratitude in a way that can transform your finances. Get ready to take the first step towards ensuring you never stay poor again. How to do it: your daily gratitude practice. Now that you understand the power of gratitude, let's talk about how to actually put it into practice. The good news is, it's incredibly simple. You don't need any special equipment or skills. All you need is a few minutes each day and a willingness to shift your focus. Set aside a specific time each day for your gratitude practice. Many people find it helpful to do this first thing in the morning or just before bed. The key is to make it a consistent habit. Find a quiet place where you won't be disturbed. This could be a corner of your bedroom, a comfortable chair, or even during your commute if you take public transportation. Take a few deep breaths to center yourself. This helps clear your mind and allows you to focus on the present moment. Think of 3 things you're grateful for. These can be big things, like your health or your family, or small things, like a delicious cup of coffee or a beautiful sunset. The key is to really feel the gratitude, not just list things off. For each thing you're grateful for, spend a moment really focusing on why you're thankful for it. How does it enrich your life? How would your life be different without it? If you're struggling to think of things, start with the basics. Be grateful for the air you breathe, the water you drink, the food you eat. As you practice, you'll find more and more things to be grateful for. Consider writing your gratitudes down in a journal. This can help reinforce the practice and give you something to look back on when times are tough. Throughout the day, try to notice things you're grateful for. Maybe it's a kind gesture from a stranger, or a task at work you're particularly good at. The more you practice noticing these things, the easier it becomes. Remember, the goal isn't to ignore your problems or pretend everything is perfect. It's to shift your focus to the good things in your life, even when times are tough. This shift in focus can have a profound impact on your mindset and ultimately on your financial situation. Now you might be wondering, how does this relate to money? Well, try including some financial gratitudes in your practice. Be thankful for the money you do have, even if it's not as much as you'd like. Be grateful for your ability to earn money, for the opportunities you have to increase your income, for the lessons you've learned from past financial mistakes. As you do this, you'll likely notice a shift in how you think about and handle money. You might find yourself making better financial decisions, feeling more confident about your ability to earn and save, and noticing financial opportunities you might have missed before. As you begin your daily gratitude practice, you might be wondering what kind of changes you can expect to see. Remember, everyone's journey is different, and the results can vary. But here are some common changes that many people experience when they start practicing gratitude regularly. Improved mood. One of the first things you might notice is that you simply feel better. You might find yourself smiling more, feeling more optimistic, and experiencing less stress and anxiety about money. Increased awareness. As you practice being grateful for what you have, you'll likely become more aware of the abundance in your life. You might start noticing opportunities you overlooked before. Better decision-making. With a more positive mindset, you may find yourself making smarter financial decisions. You might be more inclined to save, invest, or look for ways to increase your income. Improved relationships. Gratitude often leads to better relationships, which can indirectly affect your finances. Strong relationships can lead to job opportunities, business partnerships, or simply a support network during tough times. Increased generosity. As you become more aware of what you have, you might feel more inclined to give. This can lead to a sense of abundance and can often open up new opportunities. More patience. Building wealth takes time, and gratitude can help you develop the patience needed for long-term financial success. Reduced impulse spending. When you're focused on what you're grateful for, you may feel less need to buy things to make yourself feel better. Increased creativity. Gratitude can help open your mind, leading to more creative solutions to financial challenges. Better health. Many people report improved sleep and reduced stress, which can lead to better overall health and potentially lower healthcare costs. Shift in financial perspective. Over time, you may notice a fundamental shift in how you view money. Instead of seeing it as scarce, you might start seeing it as abundant and flowing. Remember, these changes don't happen overnight. It's a gradual process, and it requires consistent practice. Some days will be easier than others, and that's okay. The key is to stick with it, even when it feels challenging. Also, it's important to note that practicing gratitude isn't a substitute for sound financial practices. You'll still need to budget, save, and make smart financial decisions. But gratitude can provide the mindset shift that makes these practices easier and more effective. Now that you understand the power of gratitude and how to practice it, you might be feeling excited to get started. And that's great. But I also know that starting a new habit can be challenging. So let's talk about how to stay motivated on this journey. First, remember why you're doing this. You're not just practicing gratitude for the sake of it. You're doing it to transform your financial life, to ensure you never stay poor again. Every time you practice gratitude, you're taking a step towards financial freedom. Second, start small. Don't put pressure on yourself to feel overwhelmingly grateful right from the start. If you can think of just one thing you're thankful for each day, that's a great beginning. As you practice, you'll find it becomes easier and easier to notice things to be grateful for. Third, make it a habit. Try to practice gratitude at the same time each day. Maybe it's right after you wake up, or just before you go to bed. The more you can integrate it into your daily routine, the easier it will become. Fourth, be patient with yourself. Some days, feeling grateful will be easy. Other days, it might feel impossible. That's okay. The important thing is to keep practicing, even on the tough days. In fact, those tough days are when your gratitude practice can be most powerful. Fifth, celebrate your progress. Notice the small changes in your life as they happen. Maybe you feel a little less stressed about money, or you make a good financial decision. Celebrate these wins, no matter how small they seem. Sixth, share your journey with others. Tell your friends or family about what you're doing. You might even inspire them to start their own gratitude practice. Plus, sharing your commitment with others can help keep you accountable. Lastly, remember that this is a lifelong practice. It's not about reaching some end goal and then stopping. It's about continuously cultivating an attitude of gratitude that will serve you throughout your life. You have the power to change your financial future, and it starts with changing your mindset. By practicing gratitude daily, you're laying the foundation for a life of abundance and financial freedom. So why wait? Your journey towards ensuring you never stay poor again starts right now, with the simple act of being grateful for what you have. As we wrap up this journey through the power of gratitude, let's take a moment to reflect on what we've learned. We've discovered that the path to lasting wealth isn't about complex financial strategies or get-rich-quick schemes. It's about something much more fundamental: our mindset. We've explored how a simple daily practice of gratitude can transform our relationship with money. By focusing on what we have rather than what we lack, we open ourselves up to a world of abundance and opportunity. We've seen how this shift in perspective can lead to better financial decisions, increased resilience, and ultimately, greater wealth. Remember, wealth isn't just about the numbers in your bank account. True wealth is about having enough to live the life you want, to take care of yourself and your loved ones, and to make a positive impact in the world. And gratitude is a powerful tool for achieving this kind of holistic wealth. As you move forward from here, I encourage you to start your gratitude practice today. Don't wait for the perfect moment or for your financial situation to improve. The perfect time to start is now, right where you are, with what you have. Will it always be easy? There will be days when finding something to be grateful for feels impossible. But those are the days when your practice is most important and most powerful. Every time you choose gratitude, especially when it's difficult, you're building the mental muscle that will help ensure you never stay poor again. Remember, this isn't about ignoring your financial challenges or pretending everything is perfect. It's about approaching those challenges from a place of abundance rather than scarcity. It's about recognizing the resources you already have and using them to create the financial future you want. As you continue on this journey, be patient with yourself. Change doesn't happen overnight, but with consistent practice, you will see results. You might notice small changes at first, a shift in your mood, a new opportunity you wouldn't have noticed before. Over time, these small changes can lead to big transformations in your financial life. So are you ready to take control of your financial future? Are you ready to ensure that you never stay poor again? Then start now. Take a moment right now to think of one thing you're grateful for. Feel that gratitude and know that with this simple action, you're taking the first step on your journey to lasting wealth. Your financial transformation starts now with gratitude. Embrace it, practice it, live it, and watch as it opens up a world of abundance you might never have imagined possible. Here's to your journey of gratitude and to your future of financial freedom and lasting wealth.